changing categories and kinds of wonderful stuff on Twitch because it can't be done automatically. There we go. At least it's been updated so we can actually use it. Hey there, I'm Rusty. We are doing daily Sudoku Puzzle challenge. This is going to be a little entertaining today. I made a mistake when I posted and set it up as a medium, or maybe, nope, yep, a medium, puzzle number 92, but then I posted the easy puzzle 180. So I'm going to solve easy puzzle 180 if I can. If I do that quickly, as I suspect I might, I will see about pulling up a hard puzzle 180 and solve that one too, or come as close to it as I can. We shall see. I've got about half an hour for the stream to run, and let's see about getting this thing going. It is now time for me to restart that block. That's what it's showing me it's time for. There we go. 1301 or 1501, 301 my time. All right. So let's check and see if I entered everything in correctly or incorrectly. Looks like it's good, so let's start working on solving this. All right, I've started with this process of let's go ahead and fill in anything we know as before we start filling in things we're not sure about. So for example, that 1, we know that's going to be a 1 because that's a 1 there, that's a 1 there, that's the only open square or open cell in the square. Don't know here, I've got a 1 here and a 1 here, but I've got 2 open cells in the square in the third row, or the top row of it. So can't fill that in yet. Likewise, I've got 3 possibilities there, 2 here, 2 here. So let's move on to 2s, if we can. Let's see, we've got actually I can put in a 3, not a 6, 3. And that gives me another 3 as well. And I've got 2 possibilities for 3 here, and 3 possibilities. Over here we got 3 possibilities. So that gets narrowed down a little bit. All right, here's that 2 that I was wondering about. If I use that, it looks like it just leaves me wide open on everything else. I've got 4 possibilities in this square, 4 possibilities in this square, 3 possibilities in this square, and 4 possibilities in this square. And the other squares aren't constrained at all by it. So, back to 3s. I think we had done everything I could with the 3s. Yeah, I got 2 possibles there, 3 here, 3 here, 3 possibilities. So 4s are going to help a little bit, I think. We've got a 4 there and there, constraining it down to this row. 4 down here and here, constraining it to this column. So 4 there. One of these 2 is going to be a 4. We're going to match that up with 3s in a little bit because that'll be help narrow down what else can be in this square. Over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. That could be a 4 here. Nope, I've got a single 4 here. And this does let me make that into a 3, because we'd already narrowed it down to 3. This 3 blocks the top 2 cells, this 3 blocks the left 2. So that becomes a 3. We've got 2 possibilities for a 3 here at this point, but there are also 2 possibilities. 4. We have 2 possibilities for 4 here, and 2 possibilities here. That's it for 4s, it looks like. 5s, we get a 5 there, 5 here, and a 5 here, leaving this is the only cell in this square that can be a 5. This 5 restricts down to these 3 here. These 2 5s restrict just down to these 2 cells. This 5 says it's going to be one of these 4 cells. Doesn't really help us nearly as much as I. How about over here? We're down to, yep, we got 2 cells that can be a 5 here, just as we've got 2 down here. All right, so that's it for 5s. Looks like we've got a solve for a 6 here, up here and here blocking. And then I've got 2 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, 2 up here, and that means I've got a solve for a 6 here, and that means a 6 here, which changes this to being just 2 possibilities. 2 up here, and 2 here. Don't block anything out yet, so over-constrain anything. So, 7s. Got all 3 of these 7s in the middle row affecting, or meaning the middle row is solved, but I've got 1, 2, 3 7s, or 3 possible 7s in this square, 4 possible in this square, and 4 possible in this square. That doesn't help you much. 1, 2, 3 in this square, 1, 2, 3, 4 in this square, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in this square. Again, not a lot of help. We'll get where we get though. All right, looking at 8s, I've got an 8 here, an 8 here. Doesn't help us here. I've got all 3 possible 8s at the moment. However, this 8 and this 8, along with the constraints here, say this is going to be an 8. This 8 says that neither of these 2 can be an 8. This one can't be an 8 because this one, so that's an 8 here. Over here, I've got 2 possibilities for an 8. Let's see, does that help us at all? Maybe a little bit, we'll see. I've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. This one can't be an 8. Any of these 3 can be an 8, so nope, not as much help as I'd like. But I do have 4 possibilities here, and 2 possibilities. Let's go with the 9s, see what we can do with that. We've got a 9 here, 9 here, meaning any of these 3 can be a 9. The second 9 I'd picked, this one here, works with this one to say that one of these 2 can be a 9. Not big help there. This 9 says that it's going to be one of these 2, or one of these 2. It's going to be the other end of that column. Now I don't have a solve 9 here, so not a lot of help here either. All right. So now we go through and we fill anything that we have left that needs to be earmarked. And clean up anything that we know is not going to be that earmark. So, and if you're having trouble understanding why I unmarked something, do let me know. There is a chat feature here. It communicates with my with a window on my screen that will allow me to see your questions, and I can then potentially respond to them. Okay, this one's going to be a 2, and that makes that a 1. So none of these are going to be 2. That's not going to be a 1. So that's going to be a 1. That's going to be a 2. Clean up these 2 2s, making this one into a 2. These, nope, nope. These can't be 2, so it's going to be one of these 2. Not a 2. I got 2 possibilities there. Okay, I think that's it for 2s. So we'll go to 3s. Got 3 there, 3 there, here. So one of these is going to be a 3. Looks like this one. One of these, this one's going to be a 3. This one's going to be a 3. So now we got 3 solved. Got one of these 2 will be a 4. Nope, not that one. So it's going to be this one here is a 4. This one will be a 4. And 4s are solved. One of these 2 is going to be a 5. These 2 is going to be a 5. This one will be a 5. These 2 is going to be 5. So that looks like it for 5s. 6s, we've got these 2 possibilities here. That was marked already. That's marked. It means we've got one of these 2 is a possibility, and one of these 2 is a possibility. Okay, 7s. 1, 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. 4 possibilities here. And a 4 is not a possibility there. 3 in this square. And 2, 3 down here. 3 here. Oh, not a 7 there. Oh, yeah, just 2 here. So this one will not be 7. Anything else we can narrow it down? Not yet. 8s. I thought okay, we've got one place for an 8, which makes this into a 7, and that becomes a 9. Up here, this can't be an 8, so it's going to be one of these 2. But it also looks like this one's going to be an 8, so this one will be the down here. And that means I've got 2 squares here, or cells here that could be 8. It looks like it's going to be this one. And now we've got 9s. 9 is a solve here, not an 8. That makes this into a 9. Fill this in as a 7. This one becomes a hard 7 now. This becomes a 7. We're going to clean up these 2. This becomes a 2. Now I've got a 5 and a 9, and it looks like this is a 9, so that's 5. This becomes a 5, 7, and 2. 5, 2, and 7. One of these two is going to be 9. It looks like it's going to be this one. That turns that into a 1. This becomes a 6. A 1 here. This becomes a 2. This becomes a 6. 1, 6, 2, and 9 for the solve. All right, that took me 13 minutes and 13 seconds. Yep, 1313. Interesting combination there. So let me grab or make a note of that. So when I post it, I will have the numbers. Editors. Taking a while to load some things up here. And I promised, because I made that error and somebody did solve the easy, thinking it might have been a medium, I'm going to punish myself by doing a puzzle 180 in hard. All right. So, play again. Create our own. Loading it up. 7 there. 6, 1, 4, 9, 7, 8, 2, 1, 1, 6, 8, 8, 3, 3, 2, 6, 4, 1, 8, 2, 5, 8, 9, 6, and 3. Do a check on it. And it thinks it's happy with that. So let's see if we can solve this. We got one of these two is going to be a 1. These two is going to be a 1. These 3 is going to be a 1. One of these 3 is going to be a 1. These 2 is going to be a 1. Okay. Not useful help there. One of these two will be a 2. 3 possibilities here. 6 possibilities there for 3 here. 3 possibilities here and here. So can't solve it. Can't drop a 2 in yet. 3s. We've got 2 possibilities for 3 here. 3 possibilities here. 5 up here. 3 possibilities here and here. Okay. Those two, we've got 5 possibilities up here as well. So we're hitting none for none on these at this point as far as autofills or easy fills. All right, we got a 4 here and a 4 here. That gives me 4 possibilities up here and here. 5 possibilities here. 3 here. 3 here. Wide open here. All 6 of them are possibles. And 5 possibilities. 4 here. All right. 5s. 3 possibilities here. I've just got the 1, 5 on the board, it looks like. So it's everything that's grayed out is stuff that can't be a 5 at this point. So, and that leaves wide open way too many 6s. Okay, now we can mark a 6 on the board. these two block the other two rows. These two block the other two columns. So 6 there. That column or that row is blocked, as is that column, so that's a 6. And we've got 2 possibilities down here for a 6. 2 here at the moment, and 2 here. All right. But at least we got some numbers on the board. One of these two will be 7. 4 possibilities there, 4 possibilities here, 3 here, 5 possibilities here, and wide open on these 2 cells. 8s. Okay, I got these 2 possibles for 8. Got these 2 possibles for 8, 4 possible here. Got an 8 solved here. That looks like it for the 8 at the moment. Now let's look at 9s. Get a 9 here, here. Those 2 are possible 9s. I got 3 possibles here, 4 here, 4 here, 3 here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start earmarking everything else. 1 out of 4 ones. There and there. There and there. Here, here, here. 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 That's 1s. 2s. Okay, 3s. One of these 2 will be 3, so this one can't be over here. Running into a lot of 4s of 3. Okay. Yep. That one, oh, that one can't be a 3. Never mind. So this is a 3, not a 3, 3. I missed that the first time through, didn't I? All right. So one of these 3 is going to be a 3. And that's going to be it for 3. Okay. 4s, 2 possible 4s there. 4 possible 4s here. 4 possible here. 4 possible here. Everywhere is a possibility here. 5 options. I think I had said 6 earlier, but obviously not. Okay, so here we've got 5 possible 4s, or places for 4, and 3 possible places for 4. All right, 5s. Like I've got 5 options here and here. Here we've got all 5 openings. 2 possibilities up here. Let's see. 6 possibilities here. 4 possibilities here. And wide open on this square and the square. It will get narrowed down along the way, but we start out with it wide open. Okay. Yep, could be any of those. All right. 6s, we got a couple of possibilities here. Couple here. Tells me I should have 2 possibilities up here as well. There they are. And that's 6s for us. So 7, one of these two will be a 7. Got 4 possibilities in this square. 3 down here. 4 over here. No, 3 over here. 4 here. And wide open in this square as well as the square above it. And that's it for 7. 8s. We got the 8s down here filled in. Got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. That's looking like it might end up becoming. We'll see. 4 possibilities here. 2 here. And that covers 8. 9s. We've got a 9 there. And down here. So we've got 3 possibilities for 9 in this square. 3 in this square. 2 in this square. 3 in this one. 4 in this square. 6 in this square. And 5 in this square. All right, any standalone? I've got a standalone 7 here. Let's do a quick validation on it. In the square, I've got a 1 and a 2. I've got a 3 in the row, 4 and a 5 in the square, 6 in the column. No 7s anywhere that matches it. 8 and 9 in the row, so this is a 7. This is not. This is not. But now that leaves us with a couple of singletons in the row. 6 here, so let's do the same validation. I got a 1, 2 in the square, 3 in the column, 4, 5 in the square. No 6s. 7, 8, and 9 in the row, so this is 6. Not a 6. I got a 9, 3, 9, 3 pair. We'll do that for now. Clean up the 6, and over here we've got the 4. Let's do a quick validation on it. In the column, I see a 1, 2, and 3. Also 3 in the square. In the row, I've got a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 4 is valid here. And we can clean up a couple other 4s. Everything in the square to begin with. Others as well. Now we've got this 4, 5 combination here where this is now a 5, this is 4. Clean up a couple of extra 5s that no longer are valid. Option. And yes, I am heavily using the color coding here. If I ever go completely red colorblind, that's going to pose me some problems for solving these the way I'm solving them. All right. We got 7979 pair, but that doesn't help us with anything else. 1993 98. Okay, nothing is 9595. So this becomes a 3. This becomes an 8. Got a 6 1. This becomes a 1. This becomes a 6. And this becomes a 1. I've got otherwise a 9 3 8 9 8 3 in the row. All right, not an 8, not a 3, not a 3, not a 1, not a 3 there. Not a 1 there. I've got 1, 1 in this square, so that becomes 1. This becomes a 2, meaning this becomes 9 up here. 2 gets dropped in here. This becomes a 7 and a 5 here. 4 here with a 2 there. 5. Okay, I've got an 8 3 pair here. Doesn't help much right off the bat, but maybe able to make use of it. 9s are not. So 7 4 pair doesn't affect anything at the moment. Not a 5, not a 5. Either 7 9. 7, not a 2, not a 7 5 or 2. This becomes a 7. So not a 7 there. There. A 2 in square. 1 is dropped in here now. Not a 1, not a 7, not a 7, not a 1. And up here, not a 7. Let's see, what else have we? Oh, 1 here. Got 2 possible 2s in that column. 7 9 3. Nothing useful there yet. We are rapidly working my way towards a punt. A punt is where I take a slightly educated guess. The slightly educated is, I've already narrowed it down to, on these two, for example, as being 8 and 3. Or these two, 9 and 3. Here I haven't narrowed it down that much, but they do impact each other. This 4 5 is not really narrowed it down much, but I do know that in this cell, those are the only 2 possibilities. And if I remember that that's what I'm modifying, I can go back all the way out if I need. So we'll do that here. 3 and 8. Use the lowest number first as a possible fix. And we're just going through now and trying to fill in whatever it says is likely to be the answer there based on the existing conditions or updates. 4 5 4 5, that becomes 3. 5 2 5 2, so this becomes 6. This is not a 5, so it becomes a 7 9 pair. A 7 9 there. 7 5 7 4 5 4 5. 4 here makes this a 5. 7 4. 5 7 4 7 9 2 2 5 9 7 5 and 4 for the solution. That took me 16 minutes and 10 seconds to solve the hard number 180. Again, that at the point where I chose between 8 and 3, you got to start with something, and my technique is to start with the lower digit in the one closest to the top left corner, as if the squares were numbered 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and do that. You then follow what that gives me. For example, in that case, the number next to it is obviously going to be an 8, and then that affects other numbers around it. So you follow through and continue on until you either run into a situation where you can't go forward because what you just selected blocks another cell from having any number in it, at which point I just back out, go all the way up to that original, in this case 8, 3, switch the numbers around so it becomes 8 and then 3 instead of 3 and then 8, and then run through the entire process again, and hopefully this time end up completing it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. The next possibility, or the other possibility, is if it doesn't go to a solution as this one did, is you get to a point where you're now looking at another hunt possibility. I usually back out all the way on that one as well and try the flip and see if that gets me further or to a block. That way I'll know whether or not one or the other is a useful solution. Sometimes I don't get that far. I get to another point where neither solution or neither option provided a solution, at which point I will continue on and grab another situation where making one or filling one of the entries with an earmarked number allows me to fill or run down another chain. And sometimes, yes, you have to back out all the way there, run the other option for it, back that all the way out, back all the way out of the first option that you left, and flip that and go forward and do the same thing. Eventually, you will come to a point where it solves. Unfortunately, it's not a fast solution. I mean, yes, I solved that in 16 minutes and 10 seconds. That doesn't make it a fast solution. Fast solutions for hard puzzles like this should be in the sub 10-minute range, I think. At least that's my take on it. If it takes longer than that, it takes longer than that. But in general, that's kind of where I'm at this point. All right. I want to say thanks to everybody who hung in with me today. Let me know if this is useful to you. If not, okay, my apologies. I see that my closed captioning blanked out again. All right. Well, if you have tips or suggestions for me that you'd like to let me know about, I have a Discord server. If I can get the link to go up, there it is. Move it to someplace where you might be able to read it. Up. There we go. Discord.gg, and then that string will allow you is an invite to my after stream chat for on Discord for the Sudoku stream, Sudoku Solve. If you're interested in that, do feel free to stop in, say hello. I will add you or add people who request to join, and according to the invite, and we'll see how things go. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.